Have you had a chance to look over
Absolutely.
the candidate?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Man, when I say half a Bog on the roster, half a Bog on the roster, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how this all pans out, man. Like I want to see when all the dust settles, man. I'm gonna be interested to see what loyalties lie at. You know, who's upset, who feels played. No, man, like you find out how people really feel about you when you got to say no to something. You know what I mean? Especially that's if and when you get elected. When you got to say no, you find out how people really feel about you. So
before we get into like the whole candidate pool,
mhm.
how clean will this race be?
Which one?
All of them: city
All
council,
of them?
school board, mayor.
I'm thinking like if I'm being honest, I'm thinking that the only one that might get a little raunchy is probably the mayoral race. I really can't see the other races, the city council members, things of that nature. I can't see that getting too much mudslinging in those.
Did you say raunchy?
Yeah. Raunchy in that thing, man. What I'm saying? I can only see the mayoral race getting that way only because there's a lot of history that's already there. I feel like it's such a I don't know, I just feel like that bad blood runs super deep. So it's gonna be hard for me to see everybody, I wouldn't put my money on everybody running a clean, election. I just can't see it. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I'm smiling this whole episode, that's because I'm trying to watch what I'm saying. I'm just going. If I'm smiling, it's because I'm not saying something I want to say.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm smiling.
Like I said, interesting, bro. That's what I keep saying, man. It's gonna be interesting to see, because man, it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of lines that has been drawn in the sand, and like this city unfortunately runs off of relationships. Everything about this city is based off of what side you choose, and it's unfortunate. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's right, but that's just the way that things are around here. So there's gonna be some people that's gonna have to make some decisions on which side of the the line that they're gonna stand on, and that's the only thing.
Have we ever seen this many people in a race before?
No, no, not at all, not at all. And let me ask you this: do you think this is a good thing for the city, or do you think it is?
Yeah, if it was qualified.
Well, I mean, we got the list. We got the list, man.
No, I'm not doing it.
No, we got the list, bro. Like,
no,
we got the list on the qualifications.
Put your drink down. We're not doing that. Oh man.
Like I said, we got the list.
This show should have been pre-recorded. It should have been a pre-recorded show.
Man, like I said, bro, it's a touchy time. Hold on for 1 second for me, bro. Hold on.
As we wait for Drew to come back, man, thank you for joining us on the night train as we discuss Bogalusa in this upcoming election. We said we were going to come back when the election came about, man, and we just didn't know the entire city was going to qualify to run.
All right, I'm back. I'm just had some little technical difficulties, but yeah, man, and that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go back to that original question, man. Like, do you think this is good for the city? And without you don't have to, say why or or who. This many people getting involved, which seems to come out of nowhere. Like, do you feel like this is a healthy move in the right direction? Because I mean, you could see it as like people trying to step up and actually be the change that they wish to see.
If you're doing it for the right reasons, yes. I agree.
Mhm.
A long time ago, my mama said it's my fault. My mama said it's my fault because a few episodes a while back, maybe, man, this may have been about 9 months ago, we was talking about the upcoming election. If you feel like you're qualified to run, go ahead and run and do good for your community, blah, blah, blah. If you're in it for the right reasons, sure.
Mhm.
This is great.
Mhm.
I think, you know how we always talk about the whole black on black thing?
Yeah.
I think that whole debate should be just thrown in the trash because when you're a quote unquote black town now, you're gonna have black people running against each other.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
So yeah, it's not like it used to be. Oh, they just putting somebody black in the race just to split the vote. I guess that's not the case when the entire pool black.
Mhm.
So if I'm in district whatever and both candidates are black, then what's the argument there?
Right. Right. And only thing, like, I think somebody mentioned this on Facebook. It might have been Lake, and I don't know, I can't remember, but they was just mentioning about voting based off of qualifications, and instead of connections and relationships. And I think that's the only thing that I'm concerned about is that this city has a really bad nepotism problem or issue, as far as when it comes to the school system, when it comes to politics, when it comes to pretty much everything you see. It's all about who you know. In order to get into certain positions. And that leads to a lot of unqualified individuals making decisions that really affect the city. So I feel like it'll only be a negative thing if, like I said, if we are as people are voting based solely off of relationships and emotions and, what we like about this person, what we don't like about this person. Because newsflash, man, I'm just be honest with you. Nobody that you see running in any type of political situation is going to be squeaky clean. You can find dirt on anybody that throws their hat in the ring. So if you're running based off of how quote unquote good a person a person you think they are, that's a flawed way of approaching, I feel like, any election. It should be based, not saying that, they should be free of scrutiny, as far as their past and stuff like that. But if that's the only thing that you hang your hat on, then that's an incomplete idea. I really feel like it should be based solely off of capabilities and credentials. Now, what those credentials are, I feel like that's the confusion, because what are the credentials to qualify? Because that's something I don't know. I'm going to just be honest with you. That's something I don't know. What are the credentials to qualify to run for things like city council?
Well, let's look it up. I know in some cases you gotta make sure your taxes paid, gotta be a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as before we get into that, resident, lot saw some asterisks. We'll get into that. we'll get into that. I'm just saying I saw some asterisks on there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But I will say this to the people that some people feel like, and I'm smiling again, who some people feel like are not qualified. I want to ask you, would you vote for you though? Like, if there were no names on the ballot and just qualifications, and you had to pick, would you pick you?
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
I think
that. I don't think.
I think the argument though to that is that's the reason why they're not running. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's what I feel like the argument and the anger that a lot of people have when it comes to this is the fact that individuals know who should be running and they know who shouldn't be running. Like, so their argument to that question is like, no, I wouldn't vote for me. That's the reason why I'm not running. But
why do people that? What I'm saying, Drew, there's people in this race that would not vote for them. That's what I'm saying. There's people in this race that would not vote. If you take their name off the ballot and you only list the qualifications of the person.
I got what you're saying.
If the ballot was blank and only their qualifications were listed, they would not vote for them themselves.
Yeah. All right. So what's the solution though, is what I'm saying. Like, as far, okay, so say if they don't, they step out based off of qualifications and there's nobody else on that ballot to run, then I mean, at that point, it's like, I kind of understand. And I'm just playing devil's advocate because a lot of people say, well, nobody else ain't stepping up to do it. So how you gonna get upset at me for
all I'm gonna
stepping
say
up?
is we're lucky that these people are not the only people on the ballot in that area. We're lucky there's somebody else to vote for. That's what I'll say.
All right, man.
That's all I'll say.
You know, I understand that, man, and I feel like I was talking to my sister about this earlier because, you know, a lot of people feel like that I've been quiet about the election and things of that nature and stuff like that, and the different elections. But if I'm being honest, Kel, like, I promise you, I feel like it don't matter who we choose. Like, Bogalusa is not gonna actually be anything close to correct on a correct path until we start working on the individual. Like, that's every individual in Bogalusa, because it's really a broken city as far as when it comes to families and individuals. So it don't matter who you put in those positions. At the end of the day, we're gonna keep running into the same problems until every person decides to work on themselves. We have no pride when it comes to being citizens of Bogalusa. That's all gone. That's a thing of the past. You could tell that how we keep up our neighborhoods, how we keep up our
I'm
lives.
glad you said that because I was just about to talk about the weeds in District A.
Don't start, bro. Like,
look, man, y'all lucky. I had my camera. I had my cameras. I had my drones back home this weekend, and I was about to take some photos that I was going to input into this live. It's a shame.
Hey, but to be honest, though, bro.
No, Drew, let me finish. It is a shame. It's a shame that it's election season and them weeds still ain't cut.
Hey, I'm just I'm just saying. A lot of people are saying a lot of people will say that it falls on the citizens of Bogalusa in our area, because they're gonna say, like, hey, one district member can't cut all of the weeds and overgrown areas, and all that falls on us and our neighborhoods and our individuals, as individuals. Because if you really look around, a lot of these lots, bro, are owned by somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're owned by a lot of these vacant lots and things that's overgrown and things like that are not owned or to be taken care of, maintained by the city. I understand them on that. Like, these are individuals who they own a property and not taken care of. You know, so in my opinion, like I said, it comes back to individuals, man. Like, we have completely lost our identity as far as our morale when it comes to the place around us. You can look at it by how we dress going into Walmart. Bogalusa's dress, like, you can take a Bogalusa person, they'll be like, I'm going to Walmart. They're going to throw on anything here. But if you tell them they going to Covington, what they going to do? If you tell them they going to Mandeville, they going to, hey, look, they doing their hair, they taking their bonnet off. You know what I'm saying? Like, they making sure that they presentable because they have more respect for other areas than they have for their own. So
look, I want to
go ahead.
Q put a comment, and he was saying that he thought the game plan was to get the old out and the new in. Yes, that is most definitely the game plan. I just wish I don't take a lot of this serious. Some people, I was looking at adjectives, Drew, and some of the adjectives of this election so far has been circus, clown show, and that's just based off of, I guess, just the names that are in it, and guess how many people. I guess certain individuals don't take the names of the people that are in the election serious.
Yeah.
And I just want to put a quote out. This is just coming from me. I have no dog in this fight. All right. I am not a registered voter in Washington Parish, Bogalusa. So I have no dog in this fight whatsoever. James Brennan said the problem is there's no real consequence for people that let their property go like that. Now, at one point, didn't we have somebody over blight for the city?
I think it was my boy Cadero. I think he was over Cadero. I think it was Cadero Mart that was on. But what was Cadero over? I think that's what he was doing for a while for the city. He no longer works there, but I think that's what he was doing.
I just, man, look, when I look at like cities like Abbeville and like St. Martinville, Maurice, Bro Bridge, all these small cities that are smaller than Bogalusa or slightly larger, they don't have these issues. And the reason I think it's like that is because people don't take their job serious back home. Or they don't understand like the professional side of things. They don't understand policy and procedure.
Yeah,
And
Cadero
also
he was code enforcement. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut y'all. Cadero was code enforcement, my bad.
code enforcement. All right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, man, honestly, it's really a joke, Drew. Like it's really a joke. When I sit back, and a lot of it too is people don't want to be held accountable. James said there's a code enforcement officer, but most they can do is send you a letter, but no monetary consequences. So people just ignore the letter. So does this fall on the judge, or like I don't know. I don't know who this falls under, because I do believe you should be getting fined for this. So James, do you know why there is no monetary consequence? Why there is no fine? Because when you look at, man, not even just civilians, like when you look at the businesses, the business owners of the older buildings that were not kept up, like, I don't know, man.
Like I said, bro,
y'all don't get tired of walking and driving by that little dirty building, the grass, be like,
Kev, I'm telling you, it comes back to the individual, bro. Like us as individuals have to care, about our surrounding areas and things of that nature. You have to actually have some type of pride within, and it's an outward reflection of how a lot of people in Bogalusa feel about themselves. If you are perfectly fine, like you just said, if you can drive by all of these broken down buildings and, overgrown things and not raise hell and not put the pressure on the right individuals to fix it, then that's more of an issue with the community. That has very little to do, I feel like, with the politics along with it. So that's the only reason I'm not really too heavy on,
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm the mayor.
Right.
Right. And I start enforcing this.
Right.
They gonna turn on me next.
That's fine.
They gonna turn on me, and then next thing you know, when the next election come about, oh, we don't want him. That's what they did the time with the waters.
Hey, that's my point. You still talking about individuals. So it don't matter who we put in that seat. You proving my point of what I'm saying. It don't matter who we put in the seat until us as individuals. For instance, like, especially, and I don't want to make this about a black and white thing. I just only speak about the black community. We allow so much to go on and all. They allow us to put, man, that hotel down the road is right. My sister talk about this all the time. It's right next to a goddamn college, Kev. It's right down to a college. Right next to our only college in town, right next to North Shore. What is it called? Traveler. It used to be Travelers Rest. I don't know what it's called now. But
hey, that's back when they used to have a buffet, Timbers.
Timbers used to be like that little spot down there. That mother, like, you already know. I'm trying to, say a respectful language. Nobody is putting
you ain't gotta talk like that no more, Drew. We ain't got no sponsors.
Oh, well, fuck that. That mother look like shit, man. Like, bro, we are not as a community putting pressure on these individuals. And that's one of the first things you see when you come to Bow. You got the Bogalusa sign, and then right next to that mother, you got a completely ran down, just deteriorated hotel in that mother, next to a college.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't gonna look. This how we gonna do tonight. I got a lot of relationships back home. So
see, there you go.
I am not. I know. What I'm saying is. What I'm saying is, I'm not gonna call anybody out. I'm not calling anybody out directly.
I respect
that. Now, however, if somebody mention you in the comment section, we gotta talk about it. Right. Now, with that being said, they're saying that the judge, they go to court. The judge doesn't do anything about it. He gives them an extra 30 days and an extra 90 days. Now, if that is true, the problem I have with that is the fines and all that comes with that goes to the city, right? So that's money that could be going into the city. So you're allowing people to just not mow their yard, which impacts the city when businesses come in and they want to say, well, do I want to bring my business here? Hell no, because y'all can't cut y'all grass.
Yes. Property value, all that, man. It affects
all that go down. So my question, if that is true, why does the judge allow that? If it's true.
And hey, listen, and my answer is this: it don't matter. That's on us as citizens to get them out of there. Whoever the judge is, who's the current sitting judge right now?
Duke.
Duke he's still holding office. Yeah. So elections coming up,
now
he got to go.
He is running for re-election against Miss Tina Ratliff.
Right.
So for city judge, city court, city of Bogalusa, you have David Merlin Duke and Miss Tina Ratliff.
Okay. And here's my issue. We now with the statement that we just made, like the things that people have gripes about, things of that nature. If that's an issue, it falls on us as individuals to hold people accountable for that. Whenever we don't,
we got vulnerable folk in here stirring up the pot. Get on out of here.
I'm not even from vulnerable. I mean, but Bo, he said, let me head out. But we got we we have to take accountability.
Mm-hmm. The rebuttal is Dana says he allows it because people go in there and say they can't afford it. Now, just the thing. Could you afford a lawnmower and some gasoline? Is my question. And if the answer is yes, then what's the point? I feel like if they come in there and they say, look, I can't afford this, let me go mow it. Mm-hmm. Let me go maintain it, and I get the ticket thrown out. That should be the response. Not just you get 90 days.
Yeah.
We not just about to give you 90 days just to not pay it and still not mow it.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. I'm sorry, Lord. God damn it. Jesus. Sorry, y'all.
It's the details.
I ain't been live in a long time.
No, it's the details, brother. And that's all that's like you said, he doesn't live in the neighborhood. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, man, we allow things to take place in our areas. That's like, I mean, you can keep going along like the old power. Same difference. Building looks terrible, man. You know what I mean? Like you can keep going all the way down the line in our community of what we allow in our areas as citizens, as individuals. And until we decide that we no longer want that to be the case, man, it's gonna be a revolving door in that political office at City Hall, and the thing's gonna continue to remain the same because there's no pressure by the individual. So we have to want better for yourself first.
I agree. And also, Mr. James Brennan said there's so much property that is left vacant, over 700 properties that no one is responsible for. So this is my thing. If that's the case, the city, they can't do they auction that off? Do they give that at a low rate? Because I promise you, if that was the case, I would come back home and get so much property.
Well, you know,
at the lowest rate. All right.
You know who got it.
I'll maintain that.
You know who got it.
We do know. Okay, we know. All right.
I just wanted to make sure you knew, you know what I'm saying? You know who got it.
We do know. I do know. So I'm just saying, if I could just get a little bit of property for the low.
Yeah.
And if all I got to do is mow the yard.
Yeah. Now, Dana's right too. She said a lot of those people live out of state. She said they still own property and they can't be served about any of this, so that's an issue too. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's the aggressiveness that I'm meaning. Like, I got a lot across on the street from now. And that's a good point, Dana. I ain't gonna lie, because there's a lot across the street that I really want. Can't get it because you got family members that's beefed out about it. That they got after the parents passed on or whatever. So
I ain't even gonna do nothing with it.
I ain't gonna do nothing with it. It's just, bro, I'll be maintaining it. And I just got tired of spending my gas and my money on trying to maintain the property. But I know it's ways around it where I think it's like a way that if you've been maintaining it or something like that and you keep the receipts, there's something to be done where you can actually acquire the property after a certain amount of time. I know they do that with houses and things of that nature with the taxes and stuff like that. But yeah, man, like it's stuff like that I feel like we need to be focusing more on or putting more energy into it instead of beefed out about, who's going to hold what seat where, because there's nothing that can be done if the citizens don't decide that it's time for something to actually be done. Govern our own communities is my opinion. That's all it comes down to, man. Can't get a clean title for the property. That's the big issue. So it can't be resold. Yep. Because you can't, this is James Brennan, because you can't get a mortgage or a title insurance. Larry said they outsourced the auctions, and I know a few people who have gotten screwed trying to buy those properties.
Hey, there's an app. I think it's like a deer hunt app.
Mm-hmm.
And on that app, it tells you who owns the property.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find what the app was. I got it on my phone. But man, we need to reach out to these folks, man. If you don't want it, if you're not gonna maintain it.
Yeah.
I bet you, I guarantee you, if we build something on their property,
they
then
gonna
we can
find out and
find out.
come back.
they gonna come back then.
They gonna come back, at that point. And I know people think that's a small issue, but that is a really big issue in Bogalusa, man, is the amount of vacant properties and land that is just going unused and just growing over, man. That leads to all kind of other issues, man. That leads to rats, roaches, all kind of things, man. That, like I said, it brings down property values. It, as far as the mentality of the people, what your surroundings look like, a lot of times affects your mood. So it might seem like a small detail, but when you, like you said, when you go to these other places, they don't have those issues. Smaller towns, the same sizes, they don't have those issues. And I really feel like a lot of it has to do with the pride that people carry, for their surroundings. Me and my brother were laughing about this earlier because I ain't gonna call her name, but somebody in his neighborhood make sure everybody be on point. Cause like, like she don't play. I call her name, Miss Red don't play. Y'all know Miss Red at Agape Daycare and his mother. She the one that, hey, she on everybody's neck. Your grass get a little bit too long. Hey, you gonna get a knock on the door.
Man,
like
I passed by there over the weekend. I did not realize Agape had it is nice back there.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. But
I didn't realize all the playground. Hey, it was nice. I didn't know that was back there.
When you have pride in your self-care, when you have pride in your business, you ain't gotta wait. It's gonna show. And that's what we lacking. And they'll call her probably aggravating about it because she have pride in her neighborhood. That's one thing she not gonna play about her street. You gonna take care of your property. Like I said, you're gonna get a knock on the door. We don't have that no more around. That's taking pride in your area.
So she's saying Miss Red is the HOA.
Hey, cuz listen, if she ain't, she is. Like, put it like that, the mother, bro. Like, and I respect it, because if you drive down that street in that area, you never gonna see, anything that looks below standard. You know what I'm saying? On their block or down their block. And I don't think a lot of people have an issue with it. I think they all take pride into it, So we need more of that, is all I'm saying, as individuals. And I feel like that'll solve a lot of the problems that we have with appearance around our area.
I just want to say, before we continue on this whole conversation about the election, Night Train Media or KL Photography, whatever you want to call it, we do head media departments for campaigns, right?
Oh, it's a lot of them out there, kid.
Hey, look, I'm 5 for 6. I'm 5 for 6. I don't lose elections. So if you need somebody to run that media for you, I can change the narrative. I can. Let me tell you, if you know good,
you can't say it publicly, man. You can't say it publicly, man.
I'm just saying, if you know good and you know good and you need a little edge, I got you. I can get you over the hump. I can get you over the hump.
All right, listen, it's plenty of opportunity out there in Bogalusa.
I just lost Warren James. I'm 5 for 6, man. I'm still good. I'm still good.
That's good numbers right there, man. Any sport, that's gonna get you over in any sport, man.
Man, I'm straight. I can get you there.
Hey, but now, like I guess I can't knock people if they're feeling like this election is the right way to. I mean, that they really want to make a difference. Then I can't knock them for throwing their hat in the ring. I just want to make sure that we are not taking lightly the importance of the positions that they are going in for, and that's the only thing that I'm concerned about, is that I want people, I want us to stop being a laughing fucking stock of Washington Parish, bro, of Louisiana, just in general. Like, when it comes to our leadership, you know what I mean? So, and that goes for the school board, that goes for the city councilman, man. Them videos be, man, we can go viral on TikTok with the stupidity that be going on in those meetings. So that's all I'm asking for, man.
Don't come to the meeting with your appearance right. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, you made a good point. We should start uploading those videos. That was a guy. What was he in Michigan? I forgot his name. He was on city council. He went viral for his city council videos. But y'all just unprofessional, man.
Yeah.
Don't know how to maintain yourself in a meeting. Like, how am I supposed to take you serious? Like, how are we supposed to take you serious in a city council meeting? Mm. It was something else I was about to say. I forgot what I was about to say, Drew.
Yeah, nah, but that's it. That's all I got. Like, if you know, I never knock progress, but as long as your motivations are correct, as long as your intentions are pure, and they don't even have to agree with me. You don't even have to agree with me. Just long as you have reasoning behind your beliefs and you have something to stand on, then hey, look, I'm all for it. You know, go for it. But let's just remember that this is not a game. You know, that you are playing just for attention and publicity. Like,
so I say it this way. I think you and I talked about this earlier, right? What if you have people in the race for a certain person? All right. And let's say that person doesn't win. Are you still shut up, Drew?
I didn't say nothing, man.
If your person doesn't win, are you still gonna do the job? And remember, you're doing this job for a district of people. Not one person.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to get that, confused. You're doing the job for a district of individuals.
Well, I mean, I think what you're asking is, what is your intentions to work with someone that you don't see eye to eye with? You know what I'm saying? Outside of those halls of, City Hall. And I feel like that's a very, very strong possibility, because I feel like there's no secret that a lot of people that are running, some people are running, if one of our mayor candidates win and they get in, it's gonna have to be a sit down to figure out, how can we work on one accord, and vice versa, the other way around. And I think that's something that's on everybody's mind. It's like, are we mature enough to the point to be able to work alongside someone that we may not see eye to eye in everyday life? I think
I'll be real with you, man. I'm sorry, Drew.
No,
my memory's bad, so I have to say stuff when I think about it. The majority of the city council got to go. Only reason being is because when our city hasn't moved forward in the last few decades, and if you have been in that seat and you've been playing a role for the city not to move forward, gotta go.
Yeah.
Because we're not living in the 90s anymore. There's no reason cities like Covington, Mandeville, hell, Franklinton has passed us up.
Yeah.
So if you are the reason in the voting, and I don't know, man, we do need new blood in there. I will say that. That is one thing I do believe in.
Well, like my issue is I feel like people don't want to, like, accountability is gonna always be a problem. And just like you just said, I feel like people take it as a slight to themselves if you say, hey, look, we got to go in a new direction. You know what I mean? Like, that don't mean you ain't having some wins along the way. That don't mean you ain't do nothing great along the way. But as a whole overall, we are grading this thing as a whole overall. It's obvious that maybe there needs to be a change. And I think people take offense to that. Like, but that happens in all, like, right now, you work at United, right? And let's just say...
No, I don't. I work at Delta.
Excuse me. You work at Delta. So let's just say, your quality control team, y'all have 3 crashes in 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that doesn't erase the fact that he maybe went 15 years without any type of issues. But those 3 crashes, like, they gonna be like, hey, we gonna have to go a new direction. They ain't got nothing to do with, with you as a person. This is just for the company overall, for the safety of the people, like, something that you're doing is not working. And I feel like that's what a lot of city council members have to understand. Nobody's trying to personally attack you. Well, there might be, but as a whole, you have to look in the mirror as yourself and say, how how have we been doing for the last decade? And you got to be honest with yourself and say, okay, maybe it's time for me, to give somebody else a chance at this, or give somebody else a shot at this. And you can't take that personal. I feel like that's what maturity is all about. If you really down for the city. And like I said, that goes in. Go ahead.
Another thing too, like when you look at everybody that's running, I remember there was a time when and I'm just going to use the Democratic Party as an example. There was a time when the Democrats would just choose one person. We're all going to back this person. But when you look at the list, for mayor, you have 2 listed Democrats. For councilman at large, you have 4 Democrats running. For District A councilman, 2 Democrats. District B, 3 Democrats. Did we not have a meeting before qualifications to just discuss and say who we all going to back? Because there's going to be a few runoffs.
You think so?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mayor's going to be a runoff. Councilman at large is going to be a runoff. I don't know if District B going to be a runoff. It may be just because of the amount of people. Because there's 4 people in that race. I think District C is going to be a runoff for city council. I don't see that in District D or E. But it's I don't know, man. So Skip says splitting the vote. It is splitting the vote, but let's just say Drew and I both live in the same district and we both want to run and we feel like we are more qualified than the other. I would still advise that person to run.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't tell you not to run because he black and I'm black. Because I just may feel like I have better ideas than Drew. He probably feel the same way. So I wouldn't tell Drew not to run just because we both black.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Is I think that was something that was imperative when we didn't have enough representation. So I totally understand that ideology for, the 50s, 60s, 70s, or whatever. But in the time that we are right now, I don't think that that's too much of an issue anymore because we have enough representation for multiple black people to be able to run against each other as long as it's like you just said for the right reasons. You could be my brother and I could still have a difference of opinion about how and what direction the city needs to go. So yes,
I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna be a little bit, just a little bit. It's been some ruckus online because some sisters is running. Okay. I think this is a fine time to say, just because sisters are running, that doesn't mean anything. That goes off of what I just said.
Yeah.
Of whether now they're not running against each other, but I don't think it's a problem that you just get up and say, hey, I want to run. Because I guarantee you right now, me and my sister came back home. We both the most qualified. And I wish y'all would say something about us. I wish you would say something about me and my sister. All right. So I don't know what the problem was. I just saw a little bit of rumbles. And I did see a post today about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't understand what the problem was. Just because they ended up on the ballot. That's my thing.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think it goes back to that point that, we as black people have to understand that there are certain things, there was certain medicine that was good for us during that time because that's what the illness was. But the illness is different now. It's not the same as our representation is a lot stronger now. Now, is it where we want it to be? Absolutely not. We still got a long way to go, but it's much better. It's to the point to where you should be able to have multiple black candidates, in an election. We don't now who we get behind. I can understand that concept. I do feel like there should be a meeting amongst the black,
They said it's coming. They said that there will be an endorsement meeting. Miss Debbie McLeod, now Drew, Miss McLeod got the information. We already talked about this a few months ago. All right. Miss Debbie McLeod got the info. There will be an endorsement meeting after the candidate forum. And then Larry Watterson Jr. said, the Democratic Party hasn't chosen who they're backing yet. So my question is this, okay? Being that there's so many Democrats running in the same district or the same, like for mayor, if the party doesn't back me, will you drop out the race? Because if you go back to Skip's point, Skip's point is splitting the vote.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all all see about like all these presidential elections, when the Democratic Party backs one person, the other person should then get out of the race and say, back this candidate. I don't know if we're going to see that happen in Bogalusa, though, Drew.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it because, well, I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to say that because we're not there yet. And I don't want anybody to feel like I'm saying anything about any one candidate at all. But I feel like both of the candidates that, you know, like I said, that the go-between has been in a black community, especially, I feel like they're so rooted in their ideas. I don't think that that's going to be, you know, conceding is just not going to be in the books, you know, like in the stars for that situation. So it doesn't matter who's backed. I think they're going to be there to the end, you know. So I can't see that happening in the mayoral race at all, you know. So it's going to be that. And that leads me, well, I don't know if you want to talk about this. Do you want to talk about the debate we want to put on?
Oh, okay. Because you never know what you're going to say. Sure. Because, all right, let's be serious. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We always said this, Drew.
Yeah.
We said this about a year ago that we wanted to put a debate on. Now, whether this was an in-person panel that we did at the high school, or whether it was something online, because I do have the capabilities to mute you when you go over your time limit, that is something that we could do here. Now, do I believe we will get everybody to come on here? No, I do not. But the thing is, at some point, you're going to have to face the music.
Yeah.
At some point.
Hey, bro, I would love to have that because honestly, I really do feel like, you know, we're talking about the election. I really do feel like that would be the best way for a lot of people to be able to get a better grasp on who you can't hide when those questions are, you know, are coming off.
It's better them hear from you than from me.
Absolutely.
Because if they hear from me, I may not back you.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You gives you an opportunity to speak for yourself, stand on what you believe in, and I feel like that's probably be the healthiest way to approach this mayor election, you know, that's coming up is to give that opportunity to the people to send in those questions and things that they really want to know, and see how their candidates respond. You know, that'll help me a whole lot too, because I kind of know some of the running points, but I would like to see. I feel like the problems have changed a lot over, you know, the last couple of years that we're facing. I feel like a lot of more has been exposed. So I would like to see where Tyron stands now, especially after everything he's been through. I want to see what his temperament is. I want to see, you know, what his emotions are when it comes to the community. With Pastor O'Ree, I would just like, I'm always curious to see how he's going to manage his devotion to God and his responsibilities as pastor with being a mayor of a city. You know, I would love to see, you know, hear his opinions on that, because I feel like that's going to be a thorn in his side, you know, this whole election, is because a lot of people don't believe in mixing politics and religion, bro. You know, so winning that over, especially in the South. So winning that vote over to prove to people that you can put your responsibility to the city over your responsibility as a pastor. Because there's going to come a time where you're going to have to make that choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to definitely come a time where you're going to have to make that choice. So I would like to hear his point of view.
That's another good point, because no matter who wins that mayoral race, okay, whoever wins it, they need to understand that every citizen in Bogalusa they have to fight for.
Absolutely.
Even if they don't like you.
Even if they don't like you.
Even if they don't like you, even if they talk about you on Instagram and Facebook,
Yeah.
They talk about you to your family, to their family. You still have to fight for them. And that's
Yeah.
a problem that we have down here or down
Absolutely.
there, is because people can't separate the two. And that goes back to being unprofessional. I may not like people that I work with or that report to me, but you know what? They will never know.
Yeah.
Treat everybody the same.
The same. You know. So, and that leads me to why I would love to have it, because I genuinely want to hear. This is not like a personal thing, and I just want to hear like how you. And the same thing like with Tyron, like I feel like his biggest thorn in his side is the fact that a lot of people don't like the way that he responds, to a lot of the backlash he gets about his personal decisions and things of that nature. He stated that this is the way that he does things, and that's what he stands on. So I would like to hear his approach on how, moving forward, how he's choosing to handle that, because I really feel like it's going to be even harder the second time around if he, wins the election. I feel like it's going to be even harder, the second time around, especially if city council don't change as much in his favor, and it, still remains the same, So I would like to hear those type of things.
I'm not going to comment too much on that, because Tyron spoke to me the other day, and I want to stay in his good graces. I want to stay in the mayor's good graces. Okay,
man, y'all good, man.
I'm not going to recap what you just said about that, because I want to stay in the good graces that I'm in.
I don't think it's a secret though. I feel like that's something that Tyron feels strongly about, and I don't think he's going to let anybody sway him off of, standing 10 toes down on, fighting back when it comes to people attacking him and his family and things of that nature. So, and the reason why I never be able to run for any type of office is because I totally agree. I wouldn't be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like, if the slightest little, remark or anything, I'll be out here fighting in the streets as a mayor. So
you gotta think about the bigger picture,
and that's
Drew.
the reason, Kill. That's the reason why you will never see my name on that docket as mayor, and that's the only reason why I'm saying, yeah.
Working in these airlines, right? You know how passengers get, they miss their flight. They blame you. You had no reason. You were nowhere near the reason why they missed their flight. But you're the face of the airline. And when they get to that gate and they say they missed their flight, and you're going to open that door and you're going to put me on, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And they can punch me dead in my face, Drew.
Yeah.
They can punch me dead in my face, but I will not swing back. And let me tell you why I won't swing back, Drew. Because I like to fly for free. I really enjoy that perk. And as soon as I swing back, I lose my free flights. So the person that just paid for their ticket, who will probably be banned for life for punching me in my face, I'm going to also lose my job.
Hey.
I am not going to let anybody else get in the way of my perks because of my quick reaction to something that they did, to something I have no control over. Drew, Lakin said, you're just not that grown yet. That's what you said. You're just not that grown yet. And you know what?
Hey, look,
I agree.
She made it short and sweet for me, because I can tell you right now, because that airplane, hey, every piece of furniture on that airplane, all the seats, or wherever we at, like luggage, all that shit gonna be turned over because somebody swing on me.
I am calling the law
right now, cuz.
All right? I'm telling you right now. You're right. I am not getting tricked out of my spot. No, I'm telling y'all tripping. If I'm not losing that.
Kev, we get it.
I'm not losing it.
Hey, bro, listen, that's why I'm sitting here telling you, bro.
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro.
Go ahead and say what you're going to say, Drew.
I ain't got it, man. Nah, I ain't got it. I'm just saying I ain't got it, bro. That's it. I ain't got it yet. I ain't got it yet. Put it like that. I ain't got it yet. I haven't made it to that point. That's why maybe I'm an entrepreneur, because, when I'm in my gym and somebody swing on me, that 45 dumbbell to the brain, to the dome, to the back of the dome, you know what I'm saying? And I'm good. It's all self-defense, and it's still going to be my gym when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? So, that's probably why, you in the supervisory position that you in, bro. I'm just not there yet. Which is why, like I said, I totally understand his sentiment, but I also understand your statement of, if you are in that type of position, you can't react the same as everybody else. So I would love to hear his point of view moving forward on that, just like I would love to hear Ori's point of view on how he plans to balance Pastor Ori. Let me make sure I say Pastor Ori, because I don't want his acolytes coming out, after me in the streets, and then there's Pastor Rita, you nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
all I'm gonna say is no flag to O.
Pastor O'Ree,
the ballot says Michael Corey O'Ree. Okay. That's what the ballot say. The ballot don't say pastor in front of it. Now, I'm not, no disrespect. No, I'm just saying, no disrespect, because I know they be coming for you. Pause.
Yeah,
they
boy,
be saying,
mad at hell at me, boy. But
I don't know, man. This is just gonna be very interesting. This was the election for me to put my mama name and say I live on city limits. Because Drew, let me tell you, if I would have gotten this race, Drew, against 4 other people and blew them all out, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Hey man, I swear, bro. I'll be
oh man.
Yeah. They yeah, you're right, Miss Lott. You're right. I'm sorry about that. Mayor Tyrantron. Hey, look, she exactly right. You know what I mean? So it's definitely Mayor Tyrantron. But just like it's Pastor O'Ree. It's all respect over here from the night train, man. All respect. But not
nothing.
Hey, it's all respect over here from the night train, man. You know what I mean? We gonna give the people the respect they deserve. But no, I'm just curious to know, what the ideals are moving forward now. Now to get back to the school board, because Miss Mingo said when it comes to the school, I didn't want to skip over this. She said when it comes to the school board members, if you don't understand education, then get out of the race. Hold up, I didn't know she was going like this. So we must come
Shout out
in.
to Mingo, man. She got her seat.
Oh yeah, she good. We must come in.
Nobody was running against her.
Hey, they wouldn't have won. We must come in hitting issues head on. Our children are constantly falling behind. We don't have time to teach people what it takes to increase achievement. We have a lot of work to do. If you are not in it to see change, then please drop out. So
her, Miss Mingo, Miss Mitchell. Shout out to Miss Mitchell, man. That's Columbia Street finest.
Yeah.
Miss Bro, they're shoe in. Nobody running against them.
Yeah.
We also got another Columbia Street legend, Miss Watterson. She running for school board, District 6.
Yeah.
My only thing about the school board, if you don't have any ties to the community, now I'm just saying this in general because I don't know this for a fact, but if you don't have any like family members or a history of teaching in our district, I just don't know why your name in it. That's my only thing. I just don't know why your name would be in it or why you would have any worry.
So you think it's much more of just a job, just a stat?
Well, I don't think it
type
pays. I don't think it pays like much.
No, I'm saying like
I don't know if it's like a power thing or
on a job resume or something like that, maybe. I
don't know, but like I can see why. And I'm just gonna say the names that I can see why Miss Bro. I can see why Miss Mitchell. I can see why Miss Mingo. I can see why Miss Watterson. I can see why these names would run for school board. I tried to get my mom in there, man. I tried to get my mama to run for school board. She didn't want to. I tried.
Okay.
So names like that, I can understand history in the school system. You got family, you got kids, all your kids grew up, went through the school system. Currently there, so I can see why you would. But I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean that means you kind of. I ain't saying you said this, but I'm just saying it seems like you saying Hearst don't really have a place. If he never was a part of the school system, never came through it.
No, I didn't say that.
Kids here. I'm just saying, like,
now, one thing I wish, but granted, this is the thing with Dr. Hearst. If I'm in his seat and I become the superintendent and my child is about to graduate, I wouldn't relocate my child to go to Bogalusa City or Bogalusa High School. I just wouldn't do that, even if I were the superintendent. I don't know, and I'm just saying this. Do I think we have qualified people from Bogalusa to be superintendent? Yes. Do we know if those people would move back to Bogalusa? Do we know if those people would commute to Bogalusa? Do we know if they would take the salary from Bogalusa? I don't know. So I'm not saying like he's not qualified because he's not from Bogue. I know for sure I'm from Bogue, and if I bring some things that I've learned from Lafayette or DC, Dallas, Houston back to Bogue, people not gonna like it.
Yeah.
And I'm from there.
What I'm saying though is like it's much more of a, I mean, from your standard, like from your idea, you're saying if you don't have any stake in the game or if you don't have any ties, then those type positions should be reserved for people who been a part of the black and gold in some type of way. I'm not.
Yeah, like
that
for
has
me,
nothing to do with just Dr. Hurst. That has anybody that comes in. You know, it should be. They should have some type of foundational.
Because you gotta have something that comes with it. Like,
yeah,
if I never been to a lumberjack football game, and if I never had a child that was in the Bogalusa City school system, and if I didn't go to Bogalusa High School, and if my kids went to Franklin or Pine, I feel like those individuals shouldn't be in the race for school board just because you don't understand it. You don't understand it now. I don't know. That's just my thing.
Yeah, I hear you. So let me ask you this: so if say when his contract is up, do you feel like anybody right now in our city would qualify to be in that position, or who would you, if you had to choose somebody from? And I know this is a hot seat type question. Who would you like to see fill that seat as superintendent? That's kind of like the head of the snake when you think about it.
Let me tell you, man. If it were up to me, and this person would move back, when I look at somebody with the character and how to balance and seeing what he's doing over in Tangible Hole, Keith Sanders.
Keith?
It most definitely Keith Sanders.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. I was gonna say, of course, I really feel like Miss Mingo, and I know we harp on her name a lot, but I just feel like off of pure passion, I would probably lean a lot heavier in her direction, because I feel like that's the thing that's missing is the tip of the spear. Yeah, you're right, Lake and Raymond too, but we ain't got a chance with Raymond coming back. I can promise you that. But I feel like at the tip of the spear, if we have somebody with that level of passion as Ms. Mingo has, I feel like that right there would steer the system in a better direction. Not to mention, like I said, Keith will be, it's like 1-1A. So I could definitely see either one of those two, fill that position. And like you said, fill those credentials. Because I've always felt that way. I know that people don't feel as if you should have to come from a system, but I don't know. I always feel like when you're talking about top to bottom of your own school system, I always would feel better with someone who's bled the black and gold before being at the tip of the spear as superintendent. You know what I'm saying? I feel the same way about our coaches. I understand that it's not always possible, but I always like to see coaches who came from the program, who's been here, who played under those lights on Friday night. I feel like that's the reason why, all those years with Coach Martin was something, was not Coach Martin, but all those years under He-Mail and them, like a lot of times I know we wasn't happy with the opportunities our guys got, but as far as the pride being there, it just felt like it was home because it was somebody from, that was born and bred around this area. You know what I mean? So not to, bang on any coaches who came from somewhere else, but it's just kind of hard to capture what it felt like wearing that black and gold. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just my personal opinion. People feel differently about that, and I totally understand. Sometimes you got to take an outside hire to change the culture. But with that being said, like as far as the city council, man, I hope and pray, just like I said with the, not the city council, but the school board, just like I said with the city council, I hope that we are here for the right reasons. Like Ms. Mingo said, I hope y'all ready to work. Like she said, you don't have time to teach nobody. It is what it is. When you come into that situation, you need to be, already ready to go, for that position. What else we had, Kev?
Oh, I know they saw. Look, this is like a small topic based off of what we've been talking about tonight. But the whole thing about the high school student council.
Oh, the
You saw that?
rules? It's about the
Yeah.
rules? Yeah.
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 What's that about?
Let me
hold on.
Yeah.
Because y'all messing up my funds by the way y'all doing this. Campaigning only on social media. What happened to the old school way of doing things, Drew?
Yeah. Yeah.
Signs and posters hanging up at the school.
Yeah.
What happened to that, man?
Hey, I would like to hear who came up with the rules. Anybody know?
Nah, that I don't know.
Somebody in the comments, let us know who decided on the rules, and maybe we can get some clarification on, the
I'm trying to
reasoning.
think. When I look at like flyers and when like rule changes, I clearly like sometimes something happens to where they change the rules. So it's like no signs on campus, no posters or flyers on campus, campaign material, no treats or food, gifts or trinkets, no promotional items. I don't know.
So basically,
Anybody
no
know what
campaign.
happened? There's no campaigning.
So basically, no campaigning.
Because if I were a student,
all
right, and I was the black male representative, for student council back in my day, if you would have told me that I could only campaign on social media, what if I didn't have MySpace? What if the people I needed to vote from wasn't on social media?
Yeah, or have access, to a computer in general.
Now it says on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, each student candidate will be given time on the mic during lunch to present their campaign platform to the student body. I just want to know what happened.
And that's what I'm curious about.
What changed the rules?
Roslyn said they not telling.
That's just crazy.
Oh, what happened?
That's like telling the most popular student to go on your social media and ask for votes.
Pretty much is what that's doing this month, man. Let me ask you this, Kev. Because I kind of thought on this for a good little minute, and I want to know how you feel about this, because I'm gonna say what I personally feel, and people might take offense to it, but I really feel like I'm sorry, I was reading the chat, but I really feel like we are wasting time on things that successful schools waste time, focus on. Like, I don't think we are in a position to be bickering over school politics and elections. The system is so broken. I really feel like, we need to be focusing more on, like, I feel like the most important thing in the school system right now is discipline issues and protocol. Like we gonna have to figure out, and I know teachers, and my whole family is involved in the school some type of way in teachers. One of the biggest problems they having is discipline protocol. What are they doing with the kids that are causing the issues in the classroom? That's number one. Number two is, and me, I harp on this a lot. What are we doing? How can we fix this connection between parents and between teachers? Because I don't think people understand that your teacher for your children is like your second mother or your second dad. Like, they spend 8 hours, sometimes longer, with them every single day. So if y'all not on the same page about disciplinary action, then this won't be fixed. I don't feel like this right here is something that we should be worried about. I don't even think we should be worried about class president. I don't think we should be worried about.
I look a little deeper. Let me tell you why I look a little deeper. Because this is my problem. The school can't post the law saying you can't be on your cell phone at school, but then go back and tell them to campaign between Sunday and Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 7:15 a.m. And if I'm a student and I got my phone, I'm campaigning on Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry, I'm campaigning. So which one is it? Are we gonna follow the law and disciplinary as far as cell phones? I get what you're saying, Drew, but I don't know, man. There are much more serious issues than to be worrying about this.
Yeah,
They are, but I do believe sometimes a school opens the door for people to say negative things about the school.
I get it. And that's the reason why, like, that's the whole point I'm saying. It's like, I don't feel all of this shouldn't even be a thing. Like, all of this shit, I feel like should be discontinued. And I know what people are saying is good. It's a good thing for kids to have, but bro, like we are putting emphasis on the wrong thing. Like, I don't think people understand how fucked up our system is, bro. And I hate to say it that way. I don't think people really, we still trying to live as if Bogue is functioning like the Bogalusa High School of old. Like, we have a few troubled kids here, a few troubled teachers here. Like, no, like 80%, 70, 80% of our classrooms are literally in chaos. Whenever you ask kids like, hey, what did you learn today? Oh, nothing, man. We was chilling today. You know what I'm saying? It's just really glorified babysitting. So I feel like we're putting emphasis on, it's like putting makeup on a pig. You know what I mean? Like, you were putting emphasis on things that, and extracurricular activities that schools that got the basics down are focusing on. We don't even have the basics down yet. We got to really break our shit back down to the basics and put more emphasis on, like I said, the main issue is I got a kid that's cutting up in class, tearing his mud down. I send him out to the office. They come back. I send him out to the office. They come back. The teacher get to a point to where they like, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just go sit over there and do what you want to do. They get burnt out. They get tired. So that's the things that I feel like we should be putting all of our energy on instead of
Drew, listen,
over stuff like this.
Look,
man.
Who's saying it though. You're saying it, Drew.
What you mean?
The parent with the respectful child who understands that grades are important. So the wrong person is saying it. The wrong person is understanding the fact that we need to be focused on books when your child is focused on books. Your child is focused on not getting in trouble. The other side of things, that's not happening.
That's my point is I feel like this, that's what I'm saying when it comes to the school. I feel like the school, and I'm saying that with the parents because, like, every time the school posts something, like, it's almost like the parents are sit back waiting to just pounce and attack. It don't matter what it is, whatever they post them. Now, don't get me wrong, the rules don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But every time they post something, but we keep like skirting over the issues that are really the things that we should be attacking, the things that we should be trying to work to fix. We are just overlooking all those issues and trying to focus on products and things that, like I said, successful schools worry about. Like, you can go to other schools that, B schools, A schools. Hell, I don't even mind a C school deciding like, okay, you know what? We need to have an election. Yeah, you can fight over that. But fam, we ain't nowhere near.
But you know what though?
Any of
Drew,
that,
you
bro.
have a point. You have a point. I feel like since we are such D school or F school, I don't know where we are today. Let's just scrap all that shit. Let's scrap it all.
That's my point, bro.
Let's just have the basics.
Yes.
Let's just have a football team, basketball team, cheerleading squad, volleyball, 4-H. But all the extra stuff, let's just not worry about it. Let's just throw that out. Until we become a C school. That's what we'll do.
Because this is my point. Like, those type of things should be privileges. And I don't think people understand this. And I get what we're trying to teach our children, but like, I don't feel like we are there yet to be able to get them to understand that there's certain stipulations you got to be able to maintain in order to be able to take part in these type of things. And that's what we are missing. So I'm not saying that it's all the school fault. I'm not saying that it's all the parents' fault. What I'm saying is that both school and parent have to understand, like, y'all, before y'all want all the pageantry and all of the great things that go on at these other schools, we have to first conquer the absolute basics, attendance, making sure our kids are actually showing up to school, making sure that they showing up with the proper materials, making sure that they're showing up with the proper mindset. All of these things need to be taken care of and focused on before we even get to that point.
Let me piggyback off of Daryl's point.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to have students who may go off to college, who may want to have a career in politics, but they only think that you got to go on social media to get votes.
And that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying, like, to her point, campaigning should be a part of the learning experience.
True.
Especially right now with Bogalusa about to have some big elections. I agree that we have bigger issues, resources, learning material, structure, but I think this is a real life experience and preparing them on the importance of voting, etc.
Yeah, but my caveat to that is, first you have to get a lot of these kids to understand before you can even run for an election, there are certain stipulations that you have to be able to maintain as just a student first before you even get there.
Well, wait a minute. Because if you look at the real election in Bogalusa, I'm just saying, Drew.
That's my point, Kayla. That's my point, though. You proving my point, dog.
I'm just saying.
We have to reset the standard, is what I'm saying, man. Like, we cannot teach our kids that you could be an F school and still have an election for, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, y'all grades can be hard. Kayla, do you know I ain't got to tell you this. Do you know how far our kids are behind when it comes to people around us, like the school systems around us, like the stuff that our students are learning is stuff that my son is at a University of View, right? Man, I went and looked at his work for sophomore year, right? Freshman year. Bro, he's doing stuff that our kids don't touch till senior year. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the standard is so low till we think that an A here is our child doing good. That's not true. And nobody wants to.
We've said this time and time again. A 4.0 in Bogalusa is a 3.1.
We've said this time and time again. If that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we don't want to be honest about how low our standards are here in the system with our kids. And it's not saying that we are trying to discourage them. What we're trying to get them to understand is, like, yes, you are doing good. But that's what I'm saying, Larry. That's my point. You're saying attendance, grades, and things of that nature. But the grades in Bogalusa High School, if you put them on a scale of what the surrounding communities or surrounding areas are, we are still light years behind. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand is, like, we have to catch up first before we start telling our kids that you've done good enough to be able to do these type of things. Like, that's all that I'm saying. That starts on the lower levels, man. That starts whenever kids first hit pre-K, kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? Those standards have to be reset before we get back to what we consider, what we used to go through during school. And that's what we got to stop thinking.
And that's the thing, Drew. To your point, the students are not being held accountable. And, man, I joke about this. Miss Wilson, I don't know if you remember Miss Wilson. She was like a teacher's aide back when I was in, like, 6th grade.
What was her first name?
I don't remember her first name.
Okay.
But we always joke because she pulled my stick. So at Columbia Street, you pull the stick and then you go on Fridays and you become student of the week and all that other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, she pulled my stick. Man, I'm 34 years old and I still remember she pulling my stick, man. Like, I still remember that. Y'all got kids walking around Bogalusa High School skipping. You know your child not in class.
Mm-hmm.
You know they not in class.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an issue. And you wonder why a lot of teachers just fed up with it. Now, granted, look, man, I also believe that, look, you signed up for that, teacher. So you got to just,
that's my
you got to do what you got to do. You sign up to be that teacher. And now if you're not getting the backing from the leadership above you for making the decisions that you make, that's another conversation.
Yeah.
But at some point, man, y'all all got to get together.
Hey, man, that's my only point I'm saying. Like, my sister was saying, she made a strong point that she said some things have to run concurrently. Like, there needs to be work at the top and work at the bottom. And I agree with that. But my thing is, my whole point is, I feel like the most important step right now, and I will die on this hill, is getting teachers and parents, and Ms. Mingo, you were exactly right. Me and Ms. Mingo tried. You remember I told you about this.
What happened, Drew?
Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Cause you said, hey, You
I'm
said we being good tonight.
I'm playing.
So getting teachers and parents back on the same page, because like I said, when mama and daddy, when you are not around, teachers is mama and daddy. Whenever,
now you know they not gonna let nobody tell your kid what to do.
And that's the point that I'm trying to tell you is like, that's the point where we might as well hang it up, because you can put any superintendent in there. If they can't, if the grassroots, if those two cannot get on the same page, we are literally fighting a losing battle. Because whenever you got the kids in the classroom, that's like the ground soldiers. Like, if they not doing what they supposed to do, boots on the ground, it don't matter what the officers in the office telling them to do. You know what I mean? So that's the whole point I'm trying to make, is we have to find a way to get that, to heal that relationship between the teachers and between the parents. It got to stop with the finger pointing. Both have a fault in it. We have a lot of issues with unqualified teachers. I get it. And it's not no slight to them. It's just the fact that Bogalusa is struggling trying to fill those positions because of the perpetual issue that we have. And that's what I'm talking about.
Go back to the unqualified teacher. Keith Sanders was on here. Dr. Keith Sanders, talking titles. Frat brother, anyway, mob. He was on here about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had no idea he wasn't qualified teaching us. That's crazy. That man I had no idea. Because the type of things he was teaching us, we was getting ready for college.
Yeah.
And he was preparing us for college, and he wasn't even qualified yet. So now, let me find out. Let me find out, Drew, who not qualified at their school. If y'all not up to the standards of Keith Sanders, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Here's the thing that I have, the only issue that I have with that, the qualified, unqualified thing, teachers that have a license, because I think people get hung up on what you know. I know a lot of people that can teach physics 10 times better than any teacher that have been to school to teach physics. The issue that I think a lot of people forget is, when you go to school to be a teacher, you learn so much more than just teaching a book. You learn classroom management. You learn psychological issues that kids have. You learn how to disengage kids that get into a certain mode, in a healthier fashion. So you learn all of these other things that go along with teaching that makes you a teacher. So I feel like we get too comfortable with just saying like, oh, you don't have to do that. You could just go, get your degree and then just go get your, take the test for the class. Like, no, we can't stop. We can't undermine how important it is to make sure you respect the profession enough to go get all the information needed. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I think we don't understand. Teachers, when you go to school to actually get the degree, you learn so much more than just teaching X's and O's and 1 + 2 and all of those type of things. You learn, like I said, how to actually deal with children if you're doing primary, or even if you're doing secondary. So let's not undermine the importance of that. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with individuals who are, who come in and fill in those gaps. And if they do, we will hope that they have a degree and hope that they've taken a test. But I hate when people undermine the individuals who actually went through the program and did the work, to get what it is that they needed to get. Because like I said, it's much more to teaching than just what that book is telling you to teach. And that's what I feel like we were blessed to have growing up, which is why we see school totally different than what a lot of these kids see it, because like I said, they're dealing with a lot of teachers that didn't get that side of the educational aspect, but, and no, there's no slight to, to the teachers that didn't go through the program. I'm just saying that, how it is.
I want to read a few comments.
Sure.
Trey Johnson, he said the blame game is getting old.
Absolutely.
And it will not solve the problems that we have in the community. Everyone needs to take accountability for the failing system. Lakin says sometimes the unqualified teacher is better than the qualified teacher. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Lakin also said kids entering school behind. Parents have to do their part. It's not the pre-K teacher's responsibility to teach the child things. The parents should have taught them. But everybody, they blame the teachers. Larry Watterson, he said, it starts at home. Parents and students need to be held accountable. Yeah, I don't, of all our conversations about education in Bogalusa, I've always went back to the parents, only because I'm a parent myself, and I saw what Karen H did for me growing up, and saw how serious. See, Nicole, my sister, she took education way more serious than I did. You know, I was a C's, get degrees type person. As long as I had that gold stole around my neck for graduation, I just needed 3.0. That's all I did.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I cared about. Yeah. Nicole actually cared and studied and things like that. So I saw the effort, and I still remember when I finally learned long division on the interstate riding in my mama blue van. When I finally understood it, like those late nights at the kitchen table trying to, because math, we ain't got to talk about me and math tonight. Yeah. But we know how math was for me. Absolutely. So just understanding and realizing how my mama used to stay up late with me to get this homework done, to understand it and go back to school and prepare for tests. Right. I don't think that's happening today.
Well, Kev, I mean, think I feel like you are opening up a whole nother can of worms, because broken families, you know, is a whole nother conversation. But that's such a touchy conversation, because I don't want to turn into that podcast that you know, starts to lend to the man versus woman issue, why things are the way that they are. Because if you want to get, you know, particular about it, broken homes.
Okay, I will say this. All right, I'm talking post divorce of my parents. Okay, all right. So Karen, at this point, was the only parent in the house going over this math homework late at night. So I get what you're saying. Yeah. But, and I know everybody's circumstance is different. Everybody's case is different. But I do understand what you're saying about having broken families, not having two parents in the household, but just the whole thing about how I grew up and how important education was, because like for me from young, it was you going to college. Yeah. Like it was always, that was just the thing. And understanding not everybody is fit for college, not everybody wants to go to college, not everybody has that in their bingo card. So I understand that. But it was planted in my brain at such a young age to go to college and do everything you need to do to get there. Right. But still in all, like a lot of people, even though college isn't the solution for a lot of people, not focusing on those grades, you still don't end up where you thought you were going to end up, because you weren't focusing on education in school at that time. Yeah. Let me ask you this: with you know, and I don't know, this might be too personal of a question, because I saw somebody ask, "What do you mean by broken homes?" That's what Tracy said. It doesn't matter if you have one parent, two households, that's some BS. I don't know about that, Tracy. I'm sorry. Like that's, you know, it's whenever you talking to me, I work with a lot of athletes, and I'm just being honest. When you have a single mother who's really trying, and she's not going to be able to make those meetings. She's not going to be able to get the kid everywhere that they need to go if she's trying to work and take care of a household. So you can try to say that it doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, that matters. Everybody, you know, doesn't have the same capabilities. And I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in the blame game when it comes to the parents, which is true, but a lot of times we assume a lot of situations that, you know, we shouldn't make assumptions about. So let's not just act as if one parent homes don't make a difference, because it definitely does. You definitely going to be missing the help that people with people that have two active parents have. So it definitely makes a difference. And that's why I was about to lead to, you know, asking a question about with you. Like, do you feel like you missed out on anything post-divorce
when it
Talking about
came
me?
to development in your educational experience?
No, because I was gonna side with Treese on that only because I feel like whether you got one parent or two parents, the goal still doesn't change. The goal is still to be educated and go to school and act a certain way and listen to your teachers. Stay off your phone. Go to school and come back home the way you left. Like, I think those basic goals don't change whether or not you have two parents in the house. Now, the outcome may change because both parents aren't in the house, but I don't think the goal does.
I ain't say the goal. What I'm simply saying is like, so what you're saying is that you can get, if you have a community full of single parents versus a community full of parents with balanced households, that community full of single parents is gonna do just as well as that community full of, two parent balanced households.
No, because the head of the house missing that guidance and that non-emotional driven answers, that's missing.
Yeah.
But also, we can't in the same sentence applaud like the single mothers for doing everything that they do to make it happen, because they doing it. They doing everything they can to make things happen. That's what I mean by the goal not changing.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm not
my
knocking
mama
that.
was.
But what I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, yes, it may look different because you don't have both parents in the house, but I don't think the expectation of the child or the student should still change because it doesn't change off the parent. I still got to make it happen. If I'm the single mother or single father, I still got to make it happen no matter what. That expectation doesn't change on my child, and I don't change that expectation on my child just because my partner or their father, their mother is missing from the house.
Yeah. So I think, we get wrapped up in only looking at our situation, but this is what I'm speaking of. Like, in today's time is really hard, and I'm just being honest. It's really hard for individuals who are in single. I'm not saying that they're being bad at it, but if you are working, right, as a single mother or a single father, there's a lot of single fathers who take care of their kids as well. If you are working, there's not a lot of time for presence, as far as your presence being there to monitor what the child may be going through, what they might be dealing with, which leads to a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Availability for, trouble or issues and things to arrive. Do you not, or do you think that is an issue in our community, is what I'm asking?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So that's the only point that I'm making. I feel like, we look so much at our own personal experience, and then
I get what you're saying. I agree that
like, I'm speaking on
the missing, the missing piece still changes the outcome. I agree with you on that.
Right.
But I also I do believe that just because that missing piece is gone doesn't change that I still gotta do what I gotta do. My child still gotta do what they gotta do. Like, throw my situation out. I'm saying, if this is me, if I'm in that situation, I still got to make it happen no matter what. So I still expect my child to go to school and do what they supposed to do, because if they don't, they got to see me after. And I just look at, like, even my kid. We talked about this before. If you get your ass in trouble at the school, I need to know what happened from both angles. I'm not just going to immediately side with you just because you told me that's what happened. And I'm not going to just believe the teacher, or I'm not going to just also disagree with the teacher because I wasn't there. And especially if you're doing some stuff that you do at home and they telling me you did it to school, I'm damn sure not about to go up there and make it seem like they lying when you did it in my face. I think that's what's missing, the accountability of the child and not allowing the child to stay in the child's place. They too involved into those conversations.
So that's what I'm asking. How do you think that developed? That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, that idea of what you're talking about, the accountability issues. Because, like I said, I don't want to get in this because it's going to lead to a whole different argument. For instance, I give you a prime example, and I know a lot of people are going to probably get mad at this, but I mean, it's a podcast. I feel like one of the I listen to a lot of women talk, and one of the main things they argue about is the way that men these days are very sensitive, very emotional. They don't have any
Sassy.
emotional stability. They sassy, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it, and they come from, they have amazing mothers. Amazing mothers. You know what I'm saying? So do you not feel that's because of an incomplete household? Mother did everything they could for them, was there for them, made sure they have good grades. These guys these days are not dumb. They're intelligent, they're successful, but they have a hard time regulating emotions. And this is one of the main things like a lot of the kids in these classrooms are dealing with, like a lot of the teachers are dealing with, especially when it comes to, young men, things of that nature, because they are missing the aspect, which is the masculine entity that teaches you how to regulate emotions. Do you feel like that's a large contributing factor to why that's the case?
No, and let me tell you why. I'm about to prove to you based off of what we talked about an hour ago.
Okay.
You had both your parents in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did until my teenage years. All right.
Okay.
So I can, some people can say I had my father in the house.
Yeah, you did. We ain't gonna say, but go ahead though. Yeah.
But some can also argue that in the most vital years, he wasn't in the house. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The difference is, even after my father was no longer in the house, I'm around nothing but women.
Yeah.
Mama, her two sisters, my cousin, my sister. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But we also just understood that if a passenger punched me in my face, I'm not swinging back because I understand the severity. But Drew, who had both parents in his house, swinging back.
Yeah.
So I don't think that based off of who is in the house is going to determine like your emotional response to something. You also have to be taught those things as well, whether that's coming from two people in your house or one.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm trying to throw myself out of it and throw out how I was raised, but at the same time, it goes back to that. Yeah. Like it goes back to how you were raised, whether you're doing what your parents showed you or you're doing the complete opposite because you don't want to be that parent.
I get it. But I still feel like you're saying that it is the issue, but it's not the issue. And that's the whole point I'm trying to get you to understand is like...
No. I do believe it plays a role. Not having both parents in the house most definitely plays a role. But it does not have to be or change the outcome is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not having both of your parents in your house will make things a little harder. You either going to learn from it or you're going to fail from it. But it doesn't have to be the final outcome of your life, though.
Listen, I agree with that 110%. But my point is what I'm saying is we talking about Bogalusa is what we're talking about. Like we're focusing on Bogalusa. And one of the issues that we have in Bogalusa is the fact that the support system that a lot of these people have, that a lot of these young ladies have, Trey stupid, man. But
what do you say?
Kev, if the pastor punch you in the face, you better hit him back. but
no, because if my job see that,
that's a wrap.
I ain't flying no more.
Hey,
all right.
So what I'm saying is that, and this is, bro, like I said, this is not to slight anybody that did come out. You have nothing is like black and white where it has to be this way. But when a large percentage of something is happening in an area and you're seeing the outcome of the children, then, I mean, that's not, a slight on anybody at all. This is just me saying...
Hold on, Drew. I'm listening. I got to get on this airline call real quick. Hold on real quick. I'm listening. Talk to the people.
Nah, but, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want anybody out there to feel like that you can't make it, in a single parent home. That's not the point that I'm making. But everybody is not, like I said, blessed to have that single parent that will go that extra mile, that will do those type of things, or that has the capability to do so. You have a lot of single parents out there who they just can't, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not what they're capable of doing. That's what that other parent is there for. So, And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want this to turn in Miss Waterson. I don't want this to turn into a single mom doing the job, because this is not a man versus woman bashing type of thing. There's a lot of males out there that's doing the job of both parents as well. And that's what I'm saying. That's the issue that we're running into. Everybody's trying to make it okay for this to be the case. That's not, no matter how we try to slice it, this is not a healthy predicament to have so many homes where the person has to do things by themselves. And that's what I don't think we want. That's the conversation I don't think that we are having, that we should happen. That we cannot normalize that it's okay to come up in a single parent home, because it's not. That's one of the reasons why, like I said, yes, you came out okay. Treese, yes, you came out okay. Lakin, yeah, you came out okay. Kev, yes, you came out okay. But those are Angela, you came out okay. But those are very, very few positive outcomes from thousands of others that went a complete different way because of that. So that's the whole point of what I'm making. You can't just look at your isolated, incident. And I'm not saying that people with two-parent homes are going to automatically be perfect, but there's a much less chance that a child is going to come out of a two-parent household without the two-parent, household without the things that they need in order to move forward in a balanced and healthy fashion. So, I just don't want us to start normalizing these things as if this is okay, because it's not. This shouldn't be happening in a. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Angela. I thought you said that you did it and came out fine. My bad. But yeah, I don't want us to normalize
she
that.
She said, wait a minute, my people was there.
Yeah, I know, you feel me? But and Dana, that's what I'm saying. Like, we still going back to the same thing. We're trying to play semantics. It's not, what I'm simply saying is, we can't sit here and lie and say that this is a normal thing and it's okay for all of these kids to be coming from single parent homes. This is one of the reasons why we as a community are struggling, is because we want to normalize everything that we have been through just because it was our personal experience. When you look at the whole of the community, one of the main problems that we are having, Miss Karen, I'm saying the same thing, man. Like, because one of the issues that we are having is because everybody, because they came from that situation, we want to normalize it. It's not a normal, healthy thing to have such a large...
Tell Karen to go to sleep.
It's not. And I mean, listen, I'm happy. I'm happy that y'all came out and y'all doing well and doing great. My thing is still going to be the point. We cannot lie about the fact that this is not a healthy situation for there to be so much division between men and women, especially in a Black community. We need our families back. We need our men in the homes. We need our women in the home.
Boy, you sound like Coach Timmons. Timmons said that in man, Timmons said that in Milltown, man. I still got clips of that. This is the thing though, Drew.
And that's what I mean by trees. That's a Norman bogan. That's sad. That's the point that I'm making.
But this is it, though. But this is the thing. At the end of the day, I look at life like I look at the airline industry. You got to look at what you could control, all right? We can't control the other person being in a child's life. We can't control other people's houses. We can't control that. Yeah. Only thing we can control is how we raise our kids. We can only control that.
And that's the point I'm making. You're speaking to a deeper issue. And that's what I mean. If we really want to have a deeper conversation of what's really going on in our community.
My mama hollering at you, by the way. She's screaming.
What's she saying?
She going off on you.
Oh, I see all the exclamation marks.
Thank you. She going off on you right now.
Hey, Miss Karen, I'm telling you, you good, man. Like, you did great. Like, you one of the rare ones that, what I'm saying, you did your thing. I'm not knocking you for that. But
Dana said, get back to the... Hey, man, Drew, you muted. You muted yourself. We can't hear you. Tap the red button. It's blinking.
What I say before I said it, didn't I say this was going, hey, before I say this, People gonna take this the wrong way because people feel like I'm trying to demonize what they went through. I'm not trying to demonize what y'all went through in a predicament y'all came up in. I'm not trying to do that. But we can't keep normalizing this type of things in our community. It is not good, nor is it healthy for a community of people to be this okay with the majority of the community coming from homes that are not well balanced. That's just the way that it is. Oh, there we go. Tracy, hey, Tracy, no, we about to go back. She just said black man need to step up. I knew it was coming sooner or later. We finna go back to the election. I knew we were about to get the. All right, let me read Miss Karen.
All my mama was saying
Lincoln said she about to come and fight.
You know, Drew, you always put yourself in this situation. No matter what.
Hold on.
This
Let me
is
go
why
back and read your mama comment.
I be fine line. If I go over it, I don't go over it with both feet. I may say something and only put my big toe across the line. I don't go over the whole line. I tiptoe it. Because people back home say they get mad at me because of the things I be saying on here when I don't cross the line.
Man, listen.
I intentionally don't cross the line.
I don't think, I still don't think they understand what I'm saying, but we gonna let them have it though. Like, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm trying to knock y'all or y'all parents and skills. I'm not trying to knock that at all, man. Oh, Larry, you said, how do we fix it? And Larry, this is why I can't go into it because we gonna have to have a talk.
Go into it because it's about time you take a lot of the flack that we be getting on this show.
Because we're gonna have to have a talk. Drew. We're gonna have to have a talk about men and women. And bro, once that start, bro, ain't no stopping that. Like, I don't want to turn this into
please go ahead. I won't say a word. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I don't want to turn this into a podcast. So like, we got enough men versus women podcasts out there. I do not want to turn this into a men versus women podcast. I don't. So that's the only reason, Larry, that I'm not discussing. I talk to you about it offline, but I don't want anybody to perceive this because we are all supportive of both sexes, both male, both women. I want to see happy women, happy men. So that's the only reason why I'm not going into that because it's gonna have to be.
Don't put me in this. This is about you. Don't say we are supportive of both. They coming for you tonight.
So you're not supportive of women or men?
No, don't flip this on me. You're having this conversation about 2-parent household. I didn't say nothing. You asked me the question.
That's all I said. I ain't say nothing about it. They asked how to fix it. And that's going to come down to relationships and who's at fault for certain things. And that's, like I said, you trying to be on here for another 3.5, 4 hours, man. I just don't have it in. Now, hey, you know what? I tell y'all what. Angela Mitch, I tell y'all what. We'll do a whole podcast, Kev, based off of that. How about that? We'll do a whole podcast based off of, we'll just have one night. We'll sit down and we'll talk about, the division between men and women. And we'll
leave me out of it. You and Shakara can have that conversation.
Back to the election.
All right, so, before we get up out of here, and we, closing on this whole election thing, can we do like a little poll? Can we do like a little ghost poll?
See that? Like, there you go, man. There you go. You talk about me. There you go.
I just want to see where the city at right now. I just want to see where the city leaning towards because I'm like telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. All I'm saying is, Night Train gonna be live election night, and we're gonna be monitoring the polls. I don't know what we're gonna be. We're gonna be in bold. We're gonna be somewhere in bold. And we're gonna be live at somebody's building. And we're gonna be monitoring the polls. You're gonna think we Fox 8 WDSU, and we're gonna be on there and we're gonna talk every time there's an update. Every time there's an update, you're gonna think we CNN. I just wanna see where the city is leaning. Like it is so crazy. Somebody asked me, they was talking about who they think gonna win mayor and all this other stuff. I'm not going to go into detail on that tonight. That I do agree on, Drew. I'm not going to go into detail about who I think is going to win the mayor race.
Yeah.
But I do believe it will be a runoff. I do.
You lean this one runoff?
It's going to be a runoff.
Yeah.
It's going to be a runoff for sure.
Like I said, you need to be Big Tim, but don't go lie, cuz.
Hey, man, shout out to Big Tim, man. We'll be doing this without Big Tim, man.
Better believe it. You better know it. But nah, man, I'm all jokes aside though, man, like I really want, just like all y'all, man, I really want the best for the city. I want the best for the school system.
Skip said, who we both voting for mayor? Well, Drew, I can't vote. I don't live there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not a registered voter in Washington Parish.
Yeah.
So I can't vote in this election for anything.
Skip, you want to be honest with you, man? I'm gonna tell you what it's coming down to. And I told the Kev this off mic. I want to see.
Oh, we giving out some secrets.
In order for me to decide, I gotta hear how Pastor O'Ree is gonna handle, and what his idea is to be able to handle both being a minister as well as being a politician. Those two things don't mix well. I have never seen them mix well in any way, shape, or form. When it comes to Mayor Tyron, the thing that I would like to see is his idea moving forward of how he deals with backlash and things like that on social networks and things of that nature. Me personally, I don't want for my mayor to be that accessible to people. So I would like for him to see, I would like for him to change that aspect. But I will say this. He hasn't done anything to me for me to feel as if he should lose his vote or be attacked, in the way that he's being attacked. That's just my personal opinion. Now when it comes to,
who we talking about?
Mayor Tyron. Right. Now when it comes to Wendy,
I'm reading Tracy's comment, man.
Oh, when it comes to Wendy, I don't know much about her. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and say like I know what her platform is. I have talked to a few people that do know her. They not too fond of her, and I'm just being honest with what I told.
I can tell you right now. I'm just going off people's comments.
Yeah,
I'm telling y'all, I'll give my take if you put in the comments. I'm not just gonna say it. So somebody put. They think it's gonna be between Tyron and Wendy. Okay. Uh-huh. If that is the case, Tyron gonna beat Wendy. And the only reason I say that is because a lot of people have a sour taste in their mouth about the way Wendy treated Tyron over the last few years. So if it does go down between Tyron and Wendy, Tyron will win that.
Yeah, that's what the only thing I haven't heard one positive thing about her, and that's I would like to talk to her myself. Me and Kel talked about.
She wants to actually come on the show.
She wants to come on the show.
She wants to come on the show.
To give her a chance to to speak. And like I said, we fair over here. We fair over here.
And O'Ree wants to come on the show too. So I don't want to hear nothing else about. Oh, this is 5th time being on the night train. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. At least he support the night train. I will say that.
Yeah. So that's my point is I don't know too much about her to even make, so she'll get on here and, hear what she have to say. But from what I know about her has been, and this is not even a black and white thing. This is from Caucasian individuals, that has been telling me, the negativity. So this is not just, slander in any type of way.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't really, man, catch me in November.
Yeah.
So because I can't go into that right now. It's still too early.
Still early, yeah.
But in November,
and after this debate, fam, after this debate, I feel a lot more comfortable about my decision. You know what I mean? After we had this debate, and go from there, man. Who y'all voting for, man? Let me see it in the comment. Yeah, Kel, let's ask them in the comment section. Since y'all asking us, who y'all voting for, man? We gonna do a go. Kel, you want to do a poll, bro?
That's what I said, man. Tracy. Yeah. So Tracy, if you did live in Bow, who you voting for?
Yeah. I want to see. Okay, we got to put it up on the on the page.
What's that?
The poll.
Can I do that?
On the night train page.
Is there a way to put a poll up? Lakin said she resigned. Just because you live, that don't mean that's where you register to vote, Lakin.
Yeah, you still gotta nah, you dirty.
What? I don't know how to do the whole poll thing, man.
Huh?
I don't know how to do the whole little poll thing in the comment section. But my daughter when she need me. I mean when I need her. The most qualified individual. Tracy said the mayor. So hey, look, tiring up 1 to 0 to 0 to 0. All right. Just based off of that.
Yeah.
Drew, who you voting for, man?
I just
okay, so I'm gonna ask you this. If Ori come out and he say, you know, if he handles that in a way and shows you that he is able to be the pastor and be a mayor for all, no matter race, gender, blah, blah, blah. And then Tyron comes back and he throws all that social media stuff out the window. All right, you see where I'm going? You're starting to smile. You're holding your smile in right now.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what's the next qualification? Don't tell me who you're going to vote for.
Yeah.
But what's the next thing that people back home should look for if Tyron is able to clear that up and Ori is able to clear that up? What's the next thing to look for? All right.
Mayoral. What are you gonna do to be able to change the hearts and minds of the citizens of Bogalusa? Like, what is your idea? What is your plan to? Because that's one of the main things that we said. I go back to before. We haven't had a leader in a while since I saw the beginning of Tyron's election when he first started to run. It was the first time I ever seen that much motivation. You know what I mean? That much energy in the city. So what are you going to do to be able to uplift the morale of the citizens of Bogalusa? And what is your plan to get those people that, like I said, the ones that are staunchly against you? What is your plans for those people? You know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
Sure.
I have a question. And this is not that, look, this is just a question. Don't come calling me. Don't come asking me nothing. This is only a question.
Yeah.
Damn. So, with everything that Tyron has gone through, and we look on the state level, we look at like DA, whatever. When you look at everything above his control, all right? If he does win re-election, when we look at what's best for the city of Bogalusa, does the state let all that go? Or do they put him through another 4 years of turmoil? If I'm a voter, I'm just talking, y'all. I'm literally just talking. Don't clip this up.
Man, that shit sound like you leaning.
No, I'm not leaning. I have no dog in the fight.
It look like you doing.
You know what? I'm not even gonna finish my statement. I'm not even gonna finish my statement because I'm literally only.
I'm only asking. They do it to me, Kev. They can do it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm only asking a question. If, all right, he go and he wins again, he beat everybody, right? Does the state, my question is, does the state leave him alone? Does Bogalusa, is he able to control the office again?
I mean, it's a valid question, bro. I'm not mad at that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not siding with anybody. I'm just saying, does the state leave him alone to be able to do everything that he stood on 3 years ago? That's my only question.
Yeah. Well, I stated it early in the podcast. I feel like it's going to be worse this time around if he gets into that seat again. But I don't think that's the only thing that I can give him respect about. He ain't never scared to face that type of stuff down. So that's why I wouldn't be too concerned. Like, that's one thing I can't knock him on. Like, he let them nuts hang, bro. And I hate to say it that way, but like when it comes to facing down that type of stuff, I can't knock him on that type of stuff. He ain't scared, to face that. So I wouldn't be too concerned in that regard. But I doubt that they'll leave him alone.
I'm not questioning how he would bounce back. I'm not questioning like his stance on it. Yeah, he gonna fight. The man been fighting for 3.5 years, so he gonna fight for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My question is, for the city, do you delay progress another 4 years or 8 years? Hell, he run again, 8 years.
Yeah.
You know, do you delay it?
Yeah.
Because if everything is true about the way the state and not letting it go and, you know, control with the fiscal administrator, like if that stays, what does that look like for Bogalusa?
Yeah.
And I think if I registered to vote, if I was a registered voter, I'm thinking about Bogalusa. And I would be asking those questions to Colin Sims because he running too now. All right, that's not, all right, he running too. And now I don't know if he got anybody he running against. I don't know if anybody running against him, but those will be my questions for people higher up in the state.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, all right, I want to vote for this person. All right. But you're not allowing this person to be the best person they could be.
Right.
And you have control over that. So I need to know what your stance is because that's changing the progression of my city.
Absolutely.
So that's like when y'all really think about what I'm saying, I'm saying not against Tyron. This is not against Tyron. This is not for old Reed. This is not for Wendy. This is not for Lori. All right.
Yeah.
I just don't know if the state will allow Bogalusa to continue without either toying with Tyron or not allowing Bogalusa to be what it could be based off of who is in that seat. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, listen, like I said, that's a valid point. I can't, and I really think that's something that he probably lose sleep over. As far as, you know, him thinking about how much he's gonna have to face if he wins the election. I don't think that they'll ever get to that point to where, you know, that's a hold on, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't think that they'll ever get to the point to where they'll ever truly leave him alone. I think that's kind of just going to be, you know, something that he's going to have to unfortunately wear on his jacket, you know, throughout the duration of his term if he, you know, wins again, which is unfair. Don't get me wrong, like, which is totally 100% unfair. I just think, you know, like I said, I go back to the fact that the reason why I wouldn't let that sway me. I feel like he's done a lot of his best work in those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's came up with some of the best ideas in those type of situations. You know, pressure busts pipes, but it also makes diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like that's kind of like why, you know, I wouldn't let that sway me, you know, too much when it comes to making my decision. If he lines up the right. And that's believe it or not, to your point, that's one of the reasons why I want him that I would like to see him step back from the social media reactions, only because I know that that's just throwing fuel on the fire to what he already has to face. You know what I mean? So I would like to see him. I would like to see him step back to that, you know, to that, away from that type of stuff in order to give them less ammunition to attack him as he moves forward. You know, Trey said second question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, Trey said second question, will the city go back to status quo if another candidate wins? That's a great question, Trey.
Let me answer that. Of course it will. Let me tell you why. Of course it will. And let me just tell you why. When you look at the city pre-Tyron, under Wendy, all right, she also had the whole fiscal administrator thing going on too. All right. So new candidate comes in, you do an audit, you know where the city stands, and now, based off of that audit, the city is, whether it's in quote unquote good standing or not, now you know where the new candidate starts at. So if somebody else does get in that seat, once that audit is complete, now you know what the budget is, you know how much money you don't have or that you do have. So now you still have that fiscal administrator there for a few months, a year, or whatever, until you get the city to a certain standard. But I guarantee you, if somebody else does win, there will be no more fiscal administrator. They're gone.
So you feel like it's all stipulated, it's all based off of if Tyron getting that seat or not, whether we have a FA they're not there, is what you're saying. So it's basically you just they get a reset if somebody else other than Tyre, wins.
Because honestly, look, if I was running for mayor, not only would I blow the gasket off all 4 of them, I'm just saying. If I came over there, just saying. I'm just saying, man. I got ideas, Drew.
Yeah, I feel
I got
you,
ideas. All right. All jokes aside, though, real talk.
Yeah.
If I were to get in that seat, first thing I'm doing, we're gonna do an audit. I wanna meet with the fiscal administrator. Where does my city stand? I am going to be transparent. I need everybody to understand where we are because I'm doing this for y'all. All right. I am doing this for you all, but I need y'all to know what I inherited. All right. So when questions come up, we did this. I'll let y'all know on day one, this is where the city stood, and this is what I'm gonna do to get us out this deficit or whatever. All right. So if anything does happen after I present this to you all, after I do my State of the Union or whatever you want to call it, now y'all know what I did.
Yeah.
Now y'all know where I messed up at. So moving forward, I can't blame the previous administration because I told y'all on this day, this is where we were and this is what I'm gonna do to fix it. Now, if I don't fix it, that's on me.
Yeah.
If money go missing, that's on me. If people start losing their jobs and all this other stuff because I made decisions to cut money here and cut money there, that's on me. But my job would be to repair all these relationships because I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you think about the decisions that I'm making. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing it for Bogalusa. I'm doing it for the city. I'm doing it for the citizens. But if you start seeing like the state come in and do all these other things, that's when I would question, wait a minute, I did this audit right here and y'all told me I was here.
Everything was, yeah.
Everything was good when y'all did this audit. And I don't want to do a local audit. I want the state to come in and tell me.
Yeah.
Because now I got to protect myself. I got to protect the city. But that's just what I would do. Because I not only have to win, I don't have to win over the people that voted for me. I won them over during the election.
Yeah.
Now I have to get the people that didn't believe in me to understand that I'm doing this for the city.
Yeah.
And that's when you start to grasp the other people. No, Drew, you ain't about to call me after this.
Hey, bro, listen. I ain't said nothing, man. We'd had this conversation for about 5-6 years now, bro. Like, I ain't said a damn thing, brother.
Nope.
I ain't said not one, bro. But I want to say that's what Mayor Tyre did at the beginning. I tried to do at the beginning. I feel like he did try to make it apparent. Yeah, to as far as what he started with. I really think that I really think a lot of it was, people have selecting here and based off of who they like and who they don't like. So I think a lot of things that was said and done, and this goes for everybody, man. I think, and you got a lot of people that I hate to hear me say this. I feel like Pastor Ree has done a lot of amazing things for Bogalusa. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got people that never want to accept that, because of how they feel personally about him. Same thing with Mayor Tyre. I feel like he has done more for the city than, any recent mayor that I can, think of. Oh, did I lose connection?
As we wait for Drew to come back, he'll probably leave the studio and then come back in. This will be the time that I will send out a sponsor message. Well, unfortunately, the Night Train is not sponsored anymore. So we out here just doing free episodes for our community. So if you would like to sponsor the Night Train, any episode, Night Train Media, whatever you want to call it, go in and shoot us a message. We can shoot you a commercial. We can give you a shout out. We can do all type of things. Drew, you back?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. And shout out to Rivers Inc. Tattoo Studio, man. Shout out to them, man. Because they got good hospitality in there. Great work. So shout out to Rivers Inc., man. Shout out to them back home in Bo.
You got another piece done?
What were you saying, Drew?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it was just a little something small. Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I got a little lag going on.
Abstract work.
Yeah. The lag going on.
I'm looking at I don't know what Treese is talking about when she says
I'm knock myself out, Kev.
Well, with the mic?
Fucking light almost came. Nah, Big Drew out, cuz. I got a lot of discombobulated over here in this thing right now. Let's see.
I don't know. She says 1.8 million in past due bills. I don't know if that's now or that was what he inherited. retired and inherited when he took office. I don't know. Well, what I do know is, Drew, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I think I got a lag.
No, you don't have a lag. You good.
Oh, you good? All right, say less.
Yeah.
Right.
What I do know is this episode was not supposed to be over 2 hours. And we're approaching 2 hours and 7 minutes. And Raising Cane's closes in 29 minutes. And I didn't really eat today. So I would like to go run to Cane's and grab me some food before they close at midnight.
Yeah.
But look, this will not be the last episode about this election.
Oh, we got a lot
most
to go,
definitely wanted to who is Skip talking to? Because my message has like a gray box over it, so I can't tell if that's a regular comment or if that's a response to somebody. I can't tell.
Yeah, he's been having a.
Okay, Rosin was saying when he came in.
Oh.
Who is Skip talking to?
Yeah.
my message has like a. There you go. There you go. Drew, between you and your boy, listening to the episode.
Hey, man, listen, man.
Dana, we will have a part
going
2.
On now.
And Q, I am hungry. Okay. Go ahead, Drew.
Oh, no, man. I got a bad lag, bro. Go ahead, wrap that thing up. I'm trying to get it fixed over here.
Yeah. You do. Yeah, you do. He got a lag. All right, my bad, Skip. Okay, he talking to Roger. Yeah, y'all go ahead and have that conversation offline. So look, this will not be the last episode for sure. Look, we wanted to come on here. We saw everybody quote unquote qualified on Friday. And we wanted to come on here and talk about it. We know what the ballot looks like now. We'll wait to see who the Democratic Party will back. We'll see if this ballot still looks the same in a few months. Dana, I'm only going to say you because I know you know the answer. When is the election? November what? We'll be back on here having episodes. Like Drew mentioned before, we would most definitely want to host some type of debate, or not even a debate. Yeah, we can do a debate in person at the high school, but I really want every candidate to come on here to say what they want to do, why they're qualified to do what they're doing, and what their plan is for whatever position that they're running for. And it's not, the number one rule will be, I don't want to hear nothing about no other candidate. When you on here and you talking about what you can do, I don't want to hear what another candidate can't do. I don't care about the other candidate.
Absolutely.
I want to hear what you can do. So our role in this whole election is not to pick sides and say, now, at some point, will one of us endorse a candidate? Probably, maybe. But in the early stages, I want this platform to be a place for people to come on here and get the word out. Yeah, y'all on Facebook. Yeah, y'all on social media. You got your signs out. But I don't really want this election to be a popularity contest, just who got the prettiest sign and who got the best caption that they created on ChatGPT. I don't want that to be the whole thing. I really don't. Because a lot is at stake, and every election, every 4 years, 2 years, whatever you want to call it, our city gets behind more and more each time because we get people in office that's not doing what they should be doing. What time? What is this 5:30?
Hey, cause I'm laughing at Lakin and Dana. They said it started at 5:30 because we be going off topic.
Hey, look, y'all better hope we even start the show at all before 9 o'clock. All right. But no, really, because eventually, if we can get the candidates on here, once again, all candidates are welcome to come on this show. It will be live. All right. I don't want any pre-recorded show. I want the people to be able to ask questions, be in the comments, and I need to see how you're gonna respond.
Behave.
And the thing is, people, and the thing is, you don't have to behave because I need to see how they gonna act under pressure. If Trey Johnson is calling me out because of something I did since I've been in office, I should be able to respond to that.
Yeah.
I should be able to do that. So, look, if y'all are open and willing to come on this show to have a conversation about how you can better our community, please do so. Don't be afraid of the night train. We're not calling nobody out. We may have some questions, but I promise you the questions are coming from the people that actually live there and vote there. The questions that we have are coming from the people that do play a role and have like honest concerns about the communities that they live in. Look, I'm 6 hours away. And a lot of stuff I be talking about coming from people that actually live there, that feel that way. Now, granted, when I talk about the weeds in District 8, that's me. That's all me talking about how the grass is, because I just saw it last week. All right, that is coming from me. But like actual detailed information, that's coming from people that actually live there. And those are the votes that y'all need. Y'all need those votes. Y'all need people to come out and support you all to help y'all get in that seat. And all I ask is for people that's actually running, I just want y'all to do right to vote, man. Don't get in there just to vote yes or no, to be against somebody. If you really feel, and y'all need y'all to understand and hear the people in y'all district, don't be like Ms. Cates. And I'm done. Hold on, Drew, before you say anything, this is what I'm talking about. No, let me explain.
So we
Because
can't
I
make it
still
through
feel
one
some type of way.
episode, bro.
I
Like, we
still
can't.
feel some type of way about my hookah lounge that never opened. All right? Okay? The people wanted that, Drew. The
I feel you,
people
man.
wanted that hookah lounge, all right? So when I say that, I mean, even if Ms. Case does win her reelection, this time I need you to listen to the people, Ms. Case. I need you to listen to the people. Don't do this based off of your own knowledge or what you want to do. Listen to the people. And the people, I need y'all to actually go to y'all councilmen and women. All right? Like I said, don't play with Big Glow.
Big Glow, hey, listen, Big Glow is her name from here on out, Lakin.
Oh,
Appreciate
man,
that,
look.
man. Like, Big Glow is her name from
right.
here on out, bro. It is Big Glow. No longer Gloria Cates, no longer Miss Gloria Cates. It is Big Glow from here on out, bro. Lakin coin that, man.
And to close it out, if you need a commercial, if you need any type of graphic, if you want to pay for some sponsorship, all right? Because I know during football season around the corner, the Lumberjacks got their jamboree coming up. When they first home game happen, you're going to hear this candidate is sponsoring this quarter. You're going to hear that. But they're not going to get the same type of views they can get on this night train, Drew.
Absolutely. Tell them again,
So if you
kid.
want to come on here and you want me to shoot you a commercial and you want to show your ad, I promise you. Now, what I won't do, I won't take any funds to say something good about you. I will not do that. All I'm doing is playing your commercial and reading whatever ad that you tell us to read. All right. All the other stuff, you got to get yourself over that hill, man. And you can start by doing that here. Oh, man, Trey said Gloria Cates campaign song gonna be, yeah, Chloe.
Kel, we got to shoot that, Kel. We got to shoot it.
Man, Ms. Cates, if you need a campaign video
we got to shoot it, bro.
For a fee, not for the free, for a fee. If you need a campaign video, I promise you we gonna use that song and we gonna get you right.
Okay, we gonna turn it up, man.
All right, y'all. Raising Cane's close in 21 minutes. So, look, thank y'all for joining us. Drew, we're going to have to do this again. Like I said, we just want to come on here right after everybody qualified and announced that they were running. So, yeah, y'all have a good night, man.
Also, too, man, I want to say shout out to all the single mothers out there doing their thing, bro. Shout out to all the
clean it up now.
All the single fathers out there doing their thing, holding it down, man, making sure they keeping those standards high, making sure the underlying truth don't change, like Kev said, man. No matter who there or who ain't there, the goal should still be the goddamn same, man. So, hey.
Trey said, Shadow Man taking notes.
Hey, man, y'all need to get off of here, bro. Kel, cut this shit off before you get in trouble, man.
Look, y'all have a good night, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Night Train signing out, man.